NFL. Really getting warmed up here, just moments away. We'll be back right after this. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Seth Curry, and it's Hardaway in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Zubac in at the center. Brent, at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast to the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't get that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about
all the time.
Going into the playoffs, teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And George, here we go. Zubac trying to break loose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers, a skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Doncic against Beverley. Just 5 on the clock. On its way from Curry for 2. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Fires from the line. That shot off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Dallas.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. They had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game. That might have cost them.
Here's Porzingis. Drills the elbow jumper.
Now, how pretty is that shot for Porzingis? A nice release point and so soft coming off the fingertips.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Rick Carlisle gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. And a lot of their focus is their strategy going up against Paul George, who is a threat from distance and at the rim. They can't take everything away, but surrendering long twos is probably the safest plan.
Thanks, David. Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Pass to Doncic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Now here's Leonard. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Doncic. 38 points for him last game against Denver.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
George against Curry. Zubac's trying to break loose, and George gets it to go. George has got his second basket of the night. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 1. Curry. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Now, here is George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
George against Curry. Doncic feeling it out. Powell trying to free himself up, and Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Morris finds George. Bangs home the trifecta. 9 points in the game so far.
A lot of points coming from Paul George from the three-point line over the past couple seasons. The D has to play out on him, and that creates the space.
And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Porzingis.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Doncic against Beverly. Passes it to Leonard. Shoots over Doncic, and it's Leonard missing.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Now, Doncic, 8 points for him. Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it to Morris. Knocks it loose. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Take a look here at the numbers for Porzingis. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. Second in blocks, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And as you said, one rung below the leader in block shots. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game, and don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
He gets it in there, and it's 8 points for Kawhi Leonard.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
Curry passes to Hardaway. Beverly against Doncic. The feed to Powell. Out to Hardaway. Pulls it up. Morris with the rebound. The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
Porzingis and Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
The first one falls. There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. Do you think that's going to happen?
I don't understand what the divisions are. Do you?
Well, no. We don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping in some ways with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up a fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise, there could be something that goes away soon.
Jackson dishes to Williams. Kept alive. Harrell, that's good.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound, crucial to this offense and his production.
Here's Doncic. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
Williams against Wright. Baseline J on the way. The shot by Williams, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Offline with his 3. Williams scanning the floor. The pass to Green. Back to Williams. There's the 3. Again, the miss by Williams. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Drops in the tray. Porzingis has got 7 points.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Here's Finney-Smith. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And Doncic gets it to go.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
On the wing, Williams. Guarded by Wright. Unloads. And it's off the back rim. No good. Mavericks leading by 3. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. He's got 9.
Porzingis playing with some heart now, never giving up or into the defense, muscling through that difficult shot.
Bounce pass from Williams. Jackson. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Pass to Doncic. Shoots over Shamet. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. On the wing, Jackson. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low. And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Luka Doncic. And that one falls for Jackson. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
The Clippers trail. Outside Williams. Jackson up top. Here's Harrell. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State. And here is Shamet. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game. Here's Jackson. He also stepped up against the Warriors in that win. And he overshot that one, missing.
With nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area, That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Right, the pass to Finney-Smith. And here's Brunson. 5 to shoot. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Count the basket.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kleba kicks to Brunson. To the middle. Here's Wright. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw drops for Wright. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here's Williams. From deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
They've got Harrell. Green is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the point. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Brunson finds Barea. Great D that time from Green.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
And it's Shamet missing. Mavericks leading by 12. Here's Barea. Sweet little floater. Barea's got 5 now.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Green dishes to Williams. Back to Green. And again, unable to change momentum here. To the paint. Here's Kleba, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Clippers trail by 16. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Green passes to Williams. With some arc. Count it. Green's got his first basket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Berea surveying the floor. Now here's Brunson. Guarded by Jackson. It's good. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford.
I know who
There's
you're
been
saying.
nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league.
Right.
And he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Morris is checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. George is checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And that one's good. Leonard.
Well, the mindset from Kawhi Leonard right there is just making him a monster on the inside. Goes at the defense full head on.
Brunson scanning the floor. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Dallas.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
First trip to the line for him here.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
And he makes the first.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Dallas making a switch here. Curry's checked in. And George drops them both. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And Curry, here we go. Here's Cauley Stein. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Friday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that game against the Nuggets, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And that one falls for Cauley Stein. Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley Stein has lived up to his draft spot of being number 6, Greg, overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley Stein would take a few years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great length, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center.
He hits both from the stripe. Ray, you know, the NBA, not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
There's some great competition overseas in the Turkish leagues. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional careers. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
Here's Barea. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Barea kicks to Powell. Pass to Curry. Over Beverly. Curry can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 14. Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. Over to the left wing. From the arc. And it's Beverly missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Hardaway kicks to Cauley-Stein. Morris against Curry. Good work defensively by Morris.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's Leonard missing. Mavericks leading by 14. Hardaway passes to Curry. He dishes it to Barea. That shot misses. Excellent D there from George. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Now here's Barea. 5 points in the game.
Hardaway out there to score and trying to be more consistent with ways to do so.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Leonard. Now here's George. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Barea dishes to Curry. Over to the wing. Cauley-Stein passes to Hardaway. 5 on the clock. Curry outside. It's hauled in by George.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Here's Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Dallas moving it around. Here's Curry. Rebound by the Clippers.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Now here's Barea. 5 points in the game. The pass to Hardaway. Here's Powell. Tries again. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Porzingis, he's checked in for Powell. Wright comes in for Curry. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Barea. Now here's Wright. 5 points in the game. Doncic outside. Back to Wright. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And this is who he has become. Leonard, with the great body control, takes the hit and still able to sink the shot and one.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
When he came into the NBA, Kawhi Leonard wasn't the most refined player, but something in Spurs management and with the work of the coaching staff, they found a superstar.
A three-pointer is right on target. Wright's got 8.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now here's Leonard. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Doncic. Pulls up on the elbow, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
It's good. And that's now 21 points for Leonard.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Passes it to Cauley-Stein. Back to Doncic. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Good route there from Beverly in transition. So quick and then really decisive on his line to the basket.
Doncic against Beverly. Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. Doncic right side. 4 on the shot clock. Over Beverly. Doncic no good.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
And now let's take a look at a breakdown of this season's best rebounding point guards. 5th on the list is Patrick Beverly.
And this is a unique group of players. It's not often we talk about the rebound leaders at the point, but with these guys, it's warranted because of just how well they do it.
It's a dimension of the game that so few point guards have, and it's an attribute that makes them much more valuable to their ball clubs. To have that many rebounds coming from the point guard position, what a plus you got there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Williams comes in for Morris, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
At 7-3, Porzingis with no trouble seeing over the defense. Excellent pass and a very unselfish play.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Outside for Jackson. Here's Green. Back to Jackson. A 3 ball. Oh, good on that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
A different look for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Paul George. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Jackson looking it over. Sinks the triple. Jackson's got 10.
And Jackson has become a reliable three-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
Pass to Porzingis. Takes a three. That shot, no good. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's Dallas up by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
They're still scoring pretty good, so we got to play better defense second half because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
We'll see who can get some stops, Kawhi. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
And we're seeing there's a certain it factor for Luka Doncic. His supreme confidence in himself, the terrific floor leader, he's turned a lot of people into believers in a very short time.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, you want to try to hold your opponent under 50% shooting. That has not happened. Defensively, they're allowing way too many good looks. They need to do a better job of shutting down the lane, as well as closing out on shooters.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game it's been so far. On the floor for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Curry is out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Powell in at the center position. Hardaway for 3. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game. And the pass to Morris. Over Curry. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got assist number 8 now on the night. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Lets it fly from 18. Offensive rebound. Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Now, team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Here's Beverly, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
There's something about Beverly. He seems to be one of the point guards who enjoys the physical contact out there, always looking for something.
For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. The first free throw is good.
And Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it really tough on anybody that's on the opposing side of things.
All free throws good from Beverly. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pass to Doncic. Fades and shoots. The Clippers grab the miss.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Beverly is a pass to Zubac, and the layup's good off the glass. Zubac has got his first points of the game.
Well, Beverly's teammates and coaches love to see this, making an effort to move the ball and find the open man.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 9. Here's Curry with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got 4 rebounds in this game. George with the bucket.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
The Mavericks trail it. Outside Curry. Jacks up a 3. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Right side Leonard. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Now, here's Beverly. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Beverly against Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Here's Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. George passes to Zubac. Beverly against Doncic. Here's George. Out to Morris. 3-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss. Dallas has gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Now here's Beverly. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. To the right side. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The shot by George, no good. The Mavericks leading. And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
Here's Beverly after Luka Doncic's bucket. Misses from short range. Hardaway with a wide open look. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s role is to be out there and gun away, so ready to shoot that time.
Here's Leonard. Nails the 16-footer. Leonard's got 23 points.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
Here's Leonard. Second chance shot. And it's good on the way in. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Beverly against Doncic. George passes to Leonard. Morris, left side. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Dallas with a change here, too. Brunson's checked in. And the Clippers call time here. And Los Angeles with some changes. Landry Shamet's checked in for Morris. Williams comes in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And Dallas also making a switch. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Jackson. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 7 rebounds in the game.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Jackson kicks to Leonard. And he gets it to go. Leonard's got 27.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Los Angeles making a switch here. Green's checked in. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Wright comes in for Luka Doncic.
One shot.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. has some nights where it just looks effortless for him to get out and get 20 points. It's nice when he rebounds and passes in those games as well, showing complete game.
Harrell finds Williams. Jackson with it, fires the 3, and that one is off. Here's Brunson, and he banks in the layup. Brunson's got 6.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Floats one up, and the layup by Jackson.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now here's Porzingis, 13 points in the game. Hardaway for 3.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Mavericks leading by 8. And Brunson has it in the corner. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
On the wing, Jackson, guarded by Wright. Here's Green. The shot comes out. Now Dallas takes it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Hardaway passes to Wright. And here's Porzingis. Can't cash in from close range.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the Clippers miss again.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Here's Wright, poked loose, and stolen by Williams. Shamet kicks to Jackson. Passes to Harrell. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Jermichael Green. And Dallas also making a switch. Finney Smith's checked in. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. Can they get it? And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Lou Williams.
Porzingis showing a little strength down low that time. You can't get upset at the D for being physical with him on that play.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis plays with a high motor. We've seen in the early part of his career have very good starts to seasons and then struggling maybe in the second half of the year. We'd like to see that stamina all year long, at least for a full season.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Clippers trail by 8. Outside Leonard. From 13 feet, it goes down. Leonard's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, what a game by Leonard, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's reacting out there. Just stone-faced, but getting the job done.
Brunson with it. Leonard picks him up. Brunson, good. Brunson's got 8 points. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. To the inside, Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. 31 points for Leonard.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
And that one's good. Right. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Now that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Williams against Wright. Got a piece of it.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Over Harrell. And Dallas again with the bucket. Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pass to Shamet. The dish now to Jackson. Goes back up. He lays it in. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
I mean, he is just demoralizing his opponent right now on the backboard. They didn't want anything to do with him on that possession. Almost like they were just giving up on the play.
Well, we saw this same kind of attack in the last game. Ferocious effort in back-to-back outings.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Mavericks have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. J.J. Barea's checked in for Dallas.
One shot.
A free throw off from Porzingis. Clippers trail by 10. On the wing, Williams. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And there's the pass to Harrell. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Shamet. Top of the key jumper, no good. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Mavericks lead by 10. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Los Angeles guys shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Jackson is out there with Williams, and it's Shamet in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Williams with the ball, now Wright defending. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Leonard's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Los Angeles. Barea, the pass to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving it around. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Finney-Smith. Correa with it. 4 on the clock. And he lobs it up.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Clippers trail by 12. There's Jackson with the 3. And Wright pulls it down. The Mavericks shooting an efficient 53% from the field. A nice shot by Barea.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
Mavericks leading by 14. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Now Powell passes it to Kleba. Here's Barea. Powell for 3. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 4 assists in the game.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for Landry Shamet. Paul George comes in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Seth Curry comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Barea.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Now here's Beverly after Luka Doncic's miss. And here's Beverly looking to end the run, and Wright pulls it down. Pass to Doncic. Back to Wright. Leonard brings the double team. Powell, no one around him. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Clippers trail by 20. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
14 feet away. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
There's the triple. Doncic, no good. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over,
yes.
And you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about and their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
And with those points, he's able to stop a 15-0 run by Dallas.
Mavericks leading by 20. Doncic kicks to Kleba. Now here's Powell. Doncic outside. 5 on the clock. Outside Curry. Takes the three. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Curry. And now it's 27 points for Luka Doncic. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Morris with the bucket.
A really good decision there from Paul George, quick to find the open man.
The pass to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. He kicks it to Powell. Dishes it to Curry. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hardaway for three. The shot missing. Great D that time from Leonard.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
George passes to Leonard. Morris trying to free himself up. Leonard, no luck.
And you know, it's almost as if he wore himself out with that performance in the last quarter. He hasn't had nearly the same kind of energy in this one.
Beverly wide open. Second shot opportunity, and scoring with the play inside is Leonard. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter. Doncic passes to Powell. Leonard against Hardaway. Pass to Doncic. Over Beverly. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Clippers trail by 19. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. It's rebounded by Dallas. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Hardaway with it. Leonard picks him up. Passes it to Doncic. Good work defensively by Morris. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now, here is Morris. Kicks to Harrell. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big-time effort. Hardaway passes to Curry. Comes up empty from 8 feet.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but they can make this lead hold up. He can just chalk this up as one of those nights. Well, the rest of the team has looked pretty bad tonight, but he's done a fantastic job of scoring the ball and carrying the load on offense.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. Leonard against Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Porzingis with the block.
Great anticipation there. Porzingis in the right spot and throws that one away.
Curry fires from way outside. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 8 rebounds in this game. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Doncic against Beverly. And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George. Just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
Curry with it. Doncic outside. Shoots from the right block, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. George has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big-time effort.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
Now, here's Doncic. It's Powell on the wing. Now Curry. Pass to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Doncic. Over Beverly. Dallas, no good that time either. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
The pass to Porzingis. No good, unable to end this run. Clippers trail by 13. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Leonard the pass to Morris. Beverly looking around. Come on. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Dallas.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40. And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Luka Doncic.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Good.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Outside Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. That shot wide open.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Here's Leonard. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.